What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on these topics. And the first thing I want to bring up is this crazy situation that's going down with Michelle. Now, if you guys can remember, Michelle is the lady that once was living with Cora Jakes, and we know that Cora is the daughter of Diddy Jakes, right? Now, Michelle came out a few years back and she brought her issue to the internet because she felt like Cora had basically manipulated her out of giving up custody of her child. So Michelle has been fighting tooth and nail to try to get custody of her child back, but unfortunately, up to this point, she's been unsuccessful. Now, this past Friday, something weird transpired and Michelle's house was broken into and it was ransacked and her safe was stolen. Now the police is doing an investigation and they're treating this as a high profile case. Now, what I want to do right here is play you guys these clips and then I'll be right back.
My bad. I got the baby name wrong in my last video, so we're gonna just call her Cora. But I have a question for all the people who were in my comments last week when I made that video about Jamal Bryant and how he said burning sage was witchcraft. And I can't believe that people that follow me was in my comments saying it is witchcraft, it is witchcraft. So I have a question for y'all. I'm about to play this clip and I need y'all to tell me whether or not this sounds like witchcraft to y'all.
That girl for a whole year straight after I had my baby did whatever she could to put it in my head that my baby was not for me, to the point where she brought down a so-called prophet by the name of Gaylena, okay? And they performed this whole little, I call it an exorcism now. Had me laying on the floor, speaking in tongues over me, pouring oil over me. Then she comes up with this elaborate story talking about I didn't have Jason for myself, that I had Jason for Cora and Brandon Coleman, and how she could see Brandon sitting on some type of throne. And it was my son that was sitting on his lap, and he was just laughing and playing. To the point where Cora told me after I had my son Liam that God gave me Liam so that Jason's real brother could come. Who the f*** is Jason's real brother? Because bitch, it sure ain't no child coming from you because you can't have kids. She can't have kids. You understand what I'm saying? The bitch can't have kids. I'm not the first person that she tried this with, but I'm the only person that she got this f***ing for with, and I'm tired.
Your favorite megachurch family is utilizing ritual for evil. And y'all think burning sage is witchcraft. Let that sink in. Let's let that marinate for a minute.
What's up, TikTok? This your boy Gerald Jackson from the North Carolina beat. All right, so y'all know this is Michelle Lau right here, okay? Since 2016, she had been speaking out against the Jakes family, specifically Cora Jakes, Bishop T.D. Jakes' daughter, okay, who she was friends with at one point and was living with at one point. Okay, now this is Bishop T.D. Jakes' daughter, Cora Jakes. Now, if you don't know, Cora Jakes is barren, okay? She can't have no children. She can't throw her legs up to the ceiling and let a man run in like a lawnmower and have a baby. So Michelle had been posting on Facebook every other day, every day, making videos, telling her story since 2016. But her story didn't really go viral until about 2018 and 19, okay? But she's known. And after these recent allegations with Bishop T.D. Jakes and Diddy had came about, everybody, bloggers, and everyone started bringing up Michelle's story again, okay? According to Michelle, Cora had been spiritually manipulating her and using, just operating in the spirit of witchcraft to make her sign over her child to Cora, and she did, and she has been trying to get her child back ever since. But Cora right here won't give Michelle back her baby. This is the thing. Michelle Lau has 5 kids. Okay, she's never had a CPS case. She's never had her kids taken from her. She has a home for them, and she wants her son back. And Cora Jakes won't give her her baby back. I mean, what's the point of keeping a woman's child if she wants the child back? You get what I'm saying? But somebody broke into Michelle Lau's home Friday, ransacked her home, stole her safe that had $1,000. I think it had over $1,100 in it. The safe had her kid's birth certificate in it, as well as their social security cards, and they stole her laptop and iPad, maybe trying to find some information or what she got, you know. But when I spoke to her, she told me that she came home Friday, tried to get in her door, couldn't get in her door. She said she nudged it. And once she got inside, she saw that it was a crack on the door panel. And she said she saw papers stroll in the living room. She said that she went in her room and she saw this. Michelle told me that she spoke to her neighbor, who told her that they had ring camera footage. The neighbor told Michelle that she saw on the camera footage 2 black all-tinted SUVs parked slightly in front of Michelle's home. She said the neighbor told her that she couldn't tell from the camera footage if anyone had got out of the vehicle or not. Michelle has filed a police report, and it is an investigation underway. Detectives told her that they're going to treat this case as a high-profile case. And they're probably treating this case as a high profile case because Michelle has been seen all over the internet for speaking out against the Jakes family about her son, you know, her son Jason. She wants her son back. And that's probably the reason why they're treating this as a high profile case, because when you look at her page all the way back to 2016, you may see some days where she posts other stuff, but she mainly focuses on fighting for her child. And the fact that she's been at this address for 4 years, don't have any known people that she has beef with, never had beef with anyone in her area, and 2 black all-tinted SUVs pull up and they are believed to be Escalades. Yeah.
I came home yesterday and I go to my front door. I normally drive around to the back and just go in through the garage. But this particular day, I parked in the front and I checked my mail, and I proceeded to go to the front door. I go to the front door. I unlocked the bottom lock. And the door, it was like jammed, like it wasn't opening. So then I turned the flashlight on. And I can see the rubber, you know, the rubber that's on the door when you close it to keep it sealed, I guess closed. It was ripped. Had holes in it. I was like, what the hell, you know? And I try to open the door, and the door is jammed. So I give it a nudge. It opens. And I look, my wood is cracked. On the side, my wood is cracked. As soon as I open the door, it's nothing but chaos. It's stuff everywhere. The living room, my kids' room, my kitchen. I have an Amori chest where I keep certain things. Everything was pulled out of it. I go to my room. I'm a very clean person. I'm a very organized person because I work so hard. I worked so hard to get to the place where I'm at. And I pride myself in taking care of what I have, because it was a time where I didn't have nothing. I go into my room and it just looked like a tornado hit. So I started looking around, to see what was missing, what was gone. I called my mom. Like, Mama, somebody been in my house. Somebody's been here. My house is tore upside down. Clothes, it's like y'all just took clothes out of my dresser. You just swung it around. Papers is everywhere. But you can tell that whoever did it, they were looking for something. The only things that was my TVs weren't taken, my jewelry wasn't taken, my shoes, clothes, none of those items was taken. I have other valuable things. None of those things was taken. The only things that were taken was my laptop, my iPad, my safe that has my kids' birth certificates and socials, and where I keep my money for my rent and for my utilities, and a yellow manila folder that has the final order from my case with Jason. That is the only thing that was taken out of my home. My kids' TVs are still there. Their valuables is still there. They didn't even... all of that stuff is still there. So I can only feel like I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I can only feel like that I was targeted, and that it's who I'm up against. My neighbor told me that it was two SUVs on the street, two black SUVs on the street. And one was at the top of the street, and then one circled around my neighborhood. And he said they circled around my street twice. And then they stopped in front of my house. She said that she wasn't able to see over the SUV. So she couldn't see if someone went in or not. She said she thought it was strange, but she didn't think nothing of it. And she went on about her way. I asked her, because she does have a Ring door camera, I asked her if I could see the footage, if she could send me the footage. In the footage, I can't see the people, but you do see the truck. You do see the SUV. You do see the SUV. Before this happened, a member of the Jakes family reached out to me at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Before that person reached out to me, Cora had sent a message to a supporter. And I just want to send a message to the Jakes. It is nothing that y'all can do that would ever make me be quiet or stop fighting for my son. I am not Brandon, and I am not any of the other people of loose ends that y'all tie, or that y'all silence, or that y'all make disappear. There is nothing that y'all can do to keep me silent, to move me, to make me shut up, to quit me, to stop me from talking, to stop me from fighting, to stop me from moving, to stop me from going. Nothing. You can take everything that I have. You can literally try to destroy me. But I'm going to keep fighting for my son. I'm going to keep fighting for my baby. And y'all will not break me. Y'all will not break me. Y'all will not scare me. And y'all will not put me in fear. At all. I won't let you do it. I won't let you do it. Because there's nothing that you can tear up and take when you have my most prized possession. Nothing. Nothing. Y'all can't back me in the corner no more. Y'all can't manipulate me anymore. You can't do it anymore. And if I have to keep coming public to talk about it, then that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that, and it's extremely sad. And she believes that the Jakes family, Cora Jakes to be specific, is behind all of this. And I'm going to say allegedly because anybody could have broken her home, but she has valid reasons and suspicions to believe that the Jakes are behind this. And I just pray for her safety. I hope that she gets her child back. But this is very alarming because I don't feel that she's safe at this point. And I believe that someone needs to intervene and help this woman, because I feel that this is a potential wicked attempt to scare this lady. I feel that they're trying to obtain something. They're looking for some type of documents. They're looking for some type of receipts or whatever the case may be that she may have that can damage their case if she takes this to court. I believe she's taking this to court, of course, and she should. But I believe that she has some information on the Jakes that when she takes this to court, that it's going to all come out. And it's going to really be embarrassing, and it's going to be life altering for the Jakes as an entire family. So I believe, right, again, allegedly, that they're rattled by something, because these accusations that came out in regards to Diddy and TD Jakes open up the floodgates to the truth. And I want you guys to pay close attention, because this is the same thing that happened to Kim Porter, right? Then someone break into her house, steal her laptops and things of that nature. And Diddy and TD Jakes, they have this type of bond. They're friends. They party together. It seems as though that this is a page that has been taken out of Diddy's book to suppress any mounting evidence that Michelle Loud has against the Jakes family. But anyway, I'm gonna let this slide right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about all this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.